Giveaway, you say? Oh, yeah. Figure Fight Club is the official giveaway channel of Action Figure YouTube.
Thank you, members, for the love you bring, for every shared story and the joy you sing. To our sponsors, your support's the key. Together we build this legacy. Collectors unite in this fight we thrive. Figure Fight Club, our passions alive. Yeah. Unboxings and battles, the thrill of every find. Trading tales and treasures. Figure Fight Club Community. Welcome to Figure Fight Club.
Where magic and toys collide. With every step, our hearts ignite.
Through hidden halls and secret doors, we'll find the treasure. No more fear.
Pirates hoist the flag high and bold in a world where the sky meets the gold. Each toy a clue, each mystery a game on this quest. We're never the same.
Feel the energy, hear the crowd scream loud. This is where wrestling lives and legend. Stand proud. Sunday Night Slam. Step into the fight. Figure Fight Club taking over the night. Sunday Night Slam. Hear the crowd go wild. Wrestling talk in the square circle style. Debates rage on under bright lights. Who's the greatest? Who roams the night? Stories told from the ring to the stage. Voices echo with passion and rage. Breaking down every bumble and feud. Wins and losses, attitude and mood. From the classics to what's new. Sunday Night Slam leads the way. Feel the thunder, hear the metal roar. Sunday Night Wrestling always wanting more. Sunday Night Slam. Step into the fight. Figure Fight Club taking over the night.
Welcome to Sunday Night Slam.
It's showtime!
The fact that you have your face painted is fucking hilarious, dude. That's awesome, though. That's, I mean, like last week we had Gaines coming on face painted like Road Warrior Hawk.
Mm-hmm.
So this week we got Shogun with his face painted on. And welcome to everyone in the chat. You guys are amazing. This is our wrestling show. We're not going to be talking about toys in this one. It's all wrestling all the time. And tonight's episode is going to be about Sting. What if edition of Sting. This is going to be a fun one because I'm a big fan of Sting. So is Shogun, as you can see. I'm wearing the farewell Sting shirt from AEW since I was at his last match and did watch him wrestle for the last time. It was a good send-off. They did a really good job. I saw DDP, Lex Luger. I'm pretty sure Ric Flair was there too from a far away, from a distance. Sting, wow, you have the best guess. Right, Endless? Come on, bro. And this is an open mic night style, so we did put the link in the chat. You guys are welcome to hop on, just like someone just hopped in. So we're going to bring him out. Sneaky Phase, what's up, brother?
What up, yo? What's going on?
How you doing? Thanks for
Good.
jumping on, dude.
Yeah, no problem. I had to go red and black Sting today, so.
There you go.
Oh,
I mean,
nice.
again, there's all types of Stings, right? I mean, there's like, again, Sting was my favorite wrestler as a kid. When I first got into, I think my first match I ever watched was Ultimate Warrior wrestle, and that's what got me enthralled with wrestling. And then I think I was in Buffalo, New York, at my uncle's house or something, and I saw it. And then when I came home, I saw WCW and I saw Sting, and Sting was it for many, many years after that.
Hell yeah.
You should do Endless Fables. You got to come on. I know you're a big wrestling fan, and this is the whole purpose. It's going to be a debate, right? And not only just a debate, because we're going to talk about what if moments. which is the fun part. And we're going to start with the first what if now because we only have an hour and a half to 2 hours on the show. So the first one is going to be, what if Sting and Ultimate Warrior stayed as the Blade Runners?
Ooh.
So they separated in 1986, and they probably never talked until they met again in WCW. To be honest with you. But now, would they have been contenders for Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors, or any of the older tag teams? So let's start.
I think
with
it's
you, Shogun.
depending. I think it's depending on like if they stayed in WCW or WWF. Because I think in WWF, like Vince McMahon at the time really liked really big dudes, so he would find a way to make them work.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, again, I think they were in what, UWF as the Blade Runners, and if they swapped over to whether it was WCW or even WWF at the time, I think they would have gone over pretty big because at the time during those mid 1980s, it was all about the big men, right? The big muscular guys. And again, this is just another version of the Road Warriors where they're big dudes with their face painted and like they're jacked and granted, they weren't that great of wrestlers, right? Sting, I would say Sting was better than Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, but if hey, what's up, Toy Games?
Hey, Games, you're welcome to come in and spew some points too. It's an open mic one.
This is open mic. You're welcome to talk. Just it's a what if thing. What if Sting and right now, what if Sting and Ultimate Warrior stayed as a tag team? I think they would be a big contenders against some of the famous 80s tag teams. I think they would have been just because of their massive size.
I agree, and with them sticking together, Warrior could have probably improved on his technical skills. Being with Sting longer. So
I agree with that. He would have been a better wrestler.
Exactly, would have had probably a whole different Warrior versus the 3-4 moves that he only did.
See, the problem I have with that is that Warrior was already surrounded by great wrestlers. It's just one of those things where it's like, if you want to. Because, I mean, he had, like...
True.
He was around Jake the Snake. He was around, like, a lot of technical wrestlers. And he still decided not to, like, really learn anything.
But
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Siki. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. The problem with Warrior, though, I think, is when Vince started pushing him, he was just pushing him to the moon. Like, gave him pretty much... whatever he wanted, he kind of he didn't work his way to the top. Basically, he just got pushed.
And I was gonna say there's an ego that's involved there too, and Warrior had a fairly large ego to go with it. Sting was more of like a people's man. Even backstage, you would hear great things about Sting. Like he was actually a really nice person, down to earth, and he would help and support as much as he could. Even Buff Bagwell said nice things about Sting when we had him on. And you could tell, like, when you're around someone who's a nice person and who's really not so nice and doesn't care as much. And I think Sting was a little bit more down to earth, in my opinion. And again, Sting, when I think the ego, I mean, it could have gone both ways, to be honest with you. Let's just say they went to WWF and they got pushed to the moon, which, Vince would probably have done that. What would have happened? Like, I think they both would have gotten an ego. Sting would have gotten an ego too, and there would be a lot of matches between Road Warriors and the Blade Runners.
Yeah,
I think Sting would have gotten way more buff if he went to WWF. Like,
oh yeah,
to kind of compete with everybody else, he would have to like kind of do what the Warrior kind of did and just get way bigger.
Vince would have had to give him that secret sauce.
Yeah.
And the super push. Don't forget about that.
Right, yeah. Super push and secret sauce.
Now, here's another question, right? A what if question. Obviously they separated, and Ultimate Warrior was the Dingo Warrior, I think, at one point.
Yeah.
But he eventually made his way to WWF and, became the Ultimate Warrior. But what if they changed places? What if Sting went to WWF and Ultimate Warrior went to NWA, right? So what if with Sting? Now he's a singles competitor in WWF, a whole new, like, granted, we only saw this in the 2000s.
Yeah.
And we saw what happened. But now if he was one of their younger talents at that point, now growing, would he have gotten the Ultimate Warrior treatment?
I don't think so.
You
That
don't
was
think so?
tough because Sting had the good fortune of having like kind of Ric Flair kind of teach him a lot of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and like you know how WWF like at that time it was just Hogan going over everything,
Yeah,
like politic wise. He would probably see Sting as like a threat, and he would
exactly.
be like, "Yeah, we can't have that happen."
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say, Shogun. The politics plus, Sting's character probably wouldn't have let him, be too political as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. So you don't think he would have had success in WWF as a single star at the beginning?
He would have had success, but not as like the success he has now. He would probably
Yeah,
have like Rick Rude success.
that's what I'm saying. He would probably been like a mid Carter
Yeah.
at best.
Interesting. See, Gaines, I was going to lean towards that too. I think he would have been more of a Bret Hart, honestly. Like, because, again, Sting has good matches, whether it's with the larger guys or the smaller guys. I think he understands that formula pretty well.
True.
But I think he would have been like a Bret Hart. I don't think he would be using the Scorpion Deathlock. He would have probably done something different.
But that's why I think like Sting is such an interesting topic because he is really like a really big like portion of the reason why one company succeeded and one didn't. Because like think about it, WCW was already big before Crow Sting even happened, and Sting was already a franchise player. He was already a veteran.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is like if he would have started in WWF and let's say the other one went to the other company, all those situations where Hogan would have to leave the WWF and go to the WCW might not be as big as it is if it wasn't for Sting.
Yeah.
So it's like a whole domino effect. Like there's no telling what could happen.
Yeah.
Like there's no telling if Bret Hart would even be kind of like what he is because Hulk Hogan might have never left.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, the thing is, though, like, so I think what would happen, like, someone made a comment about him being like the Rick Rude, which is kind of true. I think he would have gotten the Rick Rude treatment in a way because, again, you had Hulk Hogan who was kind of dominating the 80s in WWF. Again, let's just say Ultimate Warrior never made it there. You still got Yokozuna, who's over there. You got Sergeant Slaughter, you got the Iron Sheik, and Sting would have been kind of weird. Like he's, the Surfer Sting, right? Let's just say he had that gimmick, and he's going with that gimmick. I don't know how well it would have gone over with the '80s fans, to be honest with you. At least at that time, in NWA when Sting showed up with the face paint and he was a little different. Yeah, Ric Flair made Sting.
I think a good example of that is Lex Luger, kind of, because they tried to do the whole Lex Express thing in WWF, and that really didn't work out that much. Like he was cool and all, but like if you think about it, he didn't have a long run, and he just went straight to WCW, and then he picked it up. Like almost his career was in WCW. So
yeah, he just couldn't connect with the fans in WWF for the most part, But also, what if Sting did go to WWF, but what if they stuck him with like a really bad gimmick? What if they try to give him a cartoony gimmick?
You're right. I mean, that's the truth behind it. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. He could have been a trash man.
Yeah. He Duke the dumpster.
Yeah.
Sting the dumpster.
He could have been a trash man. Like, you don't know. Like, they've had some crazy characters in the 80s, and I don't know. I mean, I agree that I don't think the politics in WWF in the 80s would have held him down. I agree with that.
I mean, shoot, look at Macho Man. Dude, Macho Man is like regarded one of the best wrestlers of that time, and he was still kind of like, as long as you're not better than me, you know what I mean? You could do your thing.
Yeah.
And it was like he was always under Hulk Hogan. So
that's true. That's very true. And again, and then it's funny because you see that in WCW in a way too with Macho Man, Hulk Hogan. Sting. Honestly, in my opinion, I'm going to make this very clear right now. Sting was a better wrestler than majority of that locker room.
Oh,
at least out of the big guys, the bigger names and stuff. He was, I think he was much better wrestler than Macho Man. Macho Man was a good wrestler. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
He was a really good wrestler. I think Sting was better in the ring. And Hulk Hogan is just, I will be upfront, I don't think he's a good wrestler at all.
Oh no, he was just he just had the charisma.
Yeah, he's
which
Mr.
was
charisma. Yeah,
very important too in this business.
yeah. And I agree. There was a natural magnetic personality. I mean, dude, again, I watched Sting for the first time and I was hooked for years after that. And that's crazy that that did happen. Now, here's another what if question. You know, Sting has had his battles with Ric Flair, and I always say this, I said it just recently. Ric Flair made Sting. Now, Sting was a part of the Four Horsemen at one point in time. Then he got kicked out. What if Sting stayed with the Four Horsemen? What do you think would have happened? Because Arn Anderson would always be the enforcer. Sting would probably be like one of the bigger guys, I think, part of that group. It would have changed the whole dynamics if he stayed on the Four Horsemen.
It would be interesting because I would imagine like my next question would be like, how long, if he stayed, how long would it last? Because if he stayed in there and it went past like where the outsiders showed up, like would the outsiders even happen? You know, like would they even need the outsiders to show up in WCW or NWO ever happen? You never know. It would be maybe another version of NWO that we don't know about.
Also, I mean, because of course, when you have Sting and Flair, you know, they're two top dogs. So story-wise line, would they end up feuding for control of the Four Horsemen? And what if
That's true.
Sting took over? So there's all kinds of possibilities because, you know, I think that was the reason why he got kicked out, right? Was because
he was popular.
Yeah, and then they kicked him out because, you know, he couldn't, you know, it was Ric Flair. Ric Flair was the man.
It was very evolution area when
like Randy Orton. Yeah, exactly. So,
and I agree with that. And it would be interesting to see, like, you know, if he stayed on with the Four Horsemen, Sting would. I mean, I think overall they would likely have a point where they would feud, but I think Sting would. To me, what makes sense, Sting would overpass Ric Flair, and I like what you said, Sneaky, feud to see who takes control of the Four Horsemen. Let's welcome Endless Fables. Brian,
I
how
had
you
to
doing,
come
man?
on.
What's
I
up?
had to come on. I'll be saying Macho Man wasn't as good as Sting. I don't know what planet you're coming from on that deal.
He's walking to his Macho Man room.
40 minutes away.
He's coming up.
I'll let y'all get back to it. I'm driving
That's
over
awesome,
there.
though.
I'm coming to get you, Avi.
All right, sounds good.
Nonsense.
With this nonsense, damn. Hey,
Listen, I didn't say nothing because I was just like, I don't know about that, but I mean, I love Sting, but they're both really good.
Hey, Endless Fables. I really meant what I said. Sting is so much better than Macho Man. Come on, homie.
Cage match. Settle in the cage.
No, I get where you're coming from. Macho Man, again, I'm not knocking Macho Man. He was a great wrestler, amazing wrestler, but he had his moments of being a really good wrestler. But I just didn't think he was the same when he came to WCW. That's really what brought him down a lot.
I mean, the problem with that is that Hogan was there. That was
Yes. I think he had better
match.
match. I think he had better matches in WWF than WCW. Yeah. Honestly, and again, Hogan was in both places when he was around, but I still think he was himself in WWF.
Yeah, with WCW, I just feel like they wanted to keep they wanted to kind of keep playing with the mega powers kind of like thing that they had going on. So they try to keep them at the hip. So that was the problem. Like with WCW matches, as much as I look back and fondly at them, a lot of them were just storyline driven. Like it wouldn't even be really a match. It would just be like, oh, this guy interfered somewhere down the line, and then this other guy shows up in the stage, you know, looking out from the crowd. Like it, a lot of those matches never complete.
We'll get to that, Super K. That is one of the things we've written down on the what if, so we'll definitely get to that one. I agree, but let's go back to Sting and the Horsemen though. So I think overall, if he stayed in the Four Horsemen, they would likely feud over time. It would it would have to. Yeah. Because again, when you think Four Horsemen, I think Ric Flair and Arn Anderson. I don't think anyone else.
Yeah. And of course, Rick was always the top guy. He's
Exactly.
He's always going to be the leader, you know. Plus, with Sting coming up, you know, like you said, that's a perfect evolution type spot where, you know, Sting is the Randy Orton, winning the
Exactly.
title.
Yeah,
and
there
then,
you go, Bearded. Credit
Yeah.
to you, man.
yeah. See, there you go.
Bearded definitely brought that up. What are you saying, Brian?
Rick carried Sting for the first couple of years there, or
He
maybe
did.
a year or
He
so.
did.
I mean, he taught him a lot. And I don't think Sting would be who he was if he didn't have Ric Flair. So
100%.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that too. I mean, again, like we said, Ric Flair definitely made Sting. And it was only fitting that in WCW Nitro, the last match
final
of
match.
WCW was Ric Flair and Sting. Even though they didn't need to do it, it just made sense because that was your WCW feud, right? Like the biggest feud, one of them in a way.
No matter what storylines happen at the end, those were always going to be your two top WCW guys.
Exactly, I 100% agree with that. Man, it would have been nice to see like a heel Sting for a long time though.
I mean, we talked about this, Avi. You told me that it happened for like 2 weeks.
That is actually one of our what ifs. What if Sting turned heel, and he did turn heel for like 2 weeks. But the issue was like the fans still loved him, and they were like, "It's not working, guys. Let's flip him back."
Yeah.
But what if he stayed a heel longer, like a year or 2 years? What would he had to have done to make the fans hate him? Like Hulk Hogan came out and betrayed, WCW, which made that. But he was getting booed way before that because people were getting tired of his shit.
I think that for Sting to be hated because he's already beloved, kind of like John Cena, kind of like when he turned heel, like no one really booed him, really, to be honest.
Right.
So
they cheered when he turned heel against.
Yeah, for that to happen, I would think like he would have to do something with a character like against like somebody that is as popular or nearly as possible as him. That's a good guy, and I don't think there was one in WCW that was nearly as popular as Sting.
Yeah, I mean, because when that brief time he turned heel, the storylines were all over the place. So, I mean, I believe what Booker T was starting to become. A top dog at that time, but he wasn't established as a single star that well yet. But if you had Booker T, as the face of WCW at the time, as the true face, Sting attacking Booker could have worked.
I agree with that because Booker definitely, made his way up on the list as one of the bigger baby faces. But you're right, I agree with Shogun here because there wasn't really anyone like if you betrayed Hogan, people will probably cheer. To be honest,
dude, if you really think about it, almost everybody in WCW was a bad guy except like 4 or 5 people. Like, for real.
Well, I guess Goldberg was still around too, but his streak was already done at the time. So like, all the hype was.
And I'm talking about like NWO at their highest point. Like, if you think about it, you got Sting, you got Lex Luger, you got DDP. Who else was it? There was a lot of people that were on and off, but I mean, it's like they had that little civil war with the NWO, but I don't consider that like also good guys because I feel like they just they were bad, but they didn't get what they wanted, so they were feuding with the NWO.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the storylines were just so all over the place at that time.
The funny thing is, like, I remember when Sting turned heel for those 2 weeks. He was a really bad heel too. Like he didn't know how to do it. Like he really didn't.
So are we not allowed to talk about Joker Sting?
No, you can talk about Joker Sting.
Yeah.
I think that was some of his best work. Honestly, was when he was Joker Sting. Which it wasn't really a villain thing because people were cheering for him no matter what.
I was going to say he was still getting cheered though. That was the issue. Yeah.
Yeah, because again, he was attacking Hogan, and everyone cheered for it again.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like, so the real what if question is like, how could he have made the fans boo him? And he had to do something like so sadistic, I feel like, or go against someone who is such a bigger name as a babyface.
Yeah. He would. I would think that for the fans to boo Sting, he would have to go like on a Sergeant Slaughter run and actually like bring in real politics and like just be like, I'm against America for real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, like I remember watching what was it, the cage match, NWO versus like the WCW in War Games.
Oh
And
yeah,
the fake Sting came out and turned. People were cheering.
Yeah, yeah.
they were cheering the fake Sting, and you were like then the real Sting came. Dude, even I got fooled, to be honest with you. That time I got fooled too. I was like, oh shit, I was so happy. But then like it was just funny. Like they started cheering, and then the real Sting came out, and then they're like, oh shit. But that's what started, one of the best storylines in wrestling history, right? That night started that one amazing Sting conversion.
Dust Tapes is right. He did get booed when he was in the main event Mafia because he didn't have the face paint on, but it wasn't really like he wasn't hated. It was just
it wasn't towards him. It was more just towards the group in general.
Yeah, it was more like, dude, this is lame. I like Sting with the face paint.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's
not in a suit.
That's the thing you kind of grew up and watched, and that's nostalgia, right? Like when I think nostalgia is Sting, like I think of like the Surfer Sting. I think about like the different colorful Sting than the black and white Sting, like Shogun over here. Super K is saying he would have not been able to sustain the heel persona. It just wasn't.
Yeah,
him. I agree with you. It wasn't him. Now here's another question of what ifs. So the plan, Eric Bischoff had revealed the plans of the NWO. What if the real plan, like the original plan, was for Sting to be the one to join the NWO and start, or like
Hogan.
be the third man instead of Hogan? And when all that broke down, Hogan put himself in that spot. Yeah. But what if it was Sting? Would the NWO be as big?
Possibly, maybe not as big, but I could see that as being one of the only scenarios that would have actually got him over as a heel.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I, in my opinion, I think if the NWO would have sucked. Hollywood Hogan was like the perfect man to be the mouthpiece of the NWO, like the leader. He was the perfect version of like person for that. And the fact that you had someone like Sting, like the ultimate Mr. WCW, then go against the NWO, that was just fucking gold.
Here's the thing too. It's like. It like what we said, like Sting is like a really cool guy backstage and is really like down to earth and chill. Those characters, like when you're playing yourself, it amplifies the whole thing. Like Hulk Hogan being a leader and being controlling of how wrestling goes, it's just himself.
Yeah,
just amplified a bit. You know what I mean? Hollywood Hogan was himself.
Yeah,
just amplified to 100%.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And it's like if you make Sting a bad guy, which he's had a couple of tries, it's just like, well, I mean, I don't really believe you. I don't believe you as a bad guy.
I agree. I mean, the thing is, Hall and Nash were getting cheered for a long time. Only when Hogan came up, because again, Hogan was already getting booed, right? Mm-hmm. He was already getting booed during that time, and that's when he converted to NWO. But Sting, I think someone made this comment, Super K, NWO would have failed much quicker. I agree with that. I think the NWO would have failed much faster. Having Sting, because again, I don't think Sting can play a bad guy. It's not in him.
Yeah, definitely isn't. Yeah, as we can see as real life events, when he did try to go heel, it didn't work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Just being himself, I think he did the right thing by just. The NWO would have been a horrible mistake, honestly, if Sting was their leader.
Yeah, because then if you think about it, you switch positions. Like, would anybody want to see Hulk Hogan be like
the ultimate good guy again?
Triumph over Sting? It would be just WWF all over again for WCW. It would just be him being on top as a good guy, and then him being screwed is the only way he loses.
Yeah, and I mean when Hogan did come to WCW first, his face run in the beginning it got so stale fast, and that's why they had to flip the switch and turn him heel.
I mean, dude, oh my god, they had some of the craziest stuff. Like when he was fighting the Dungeon of Doom.
The storylines were just so like, it just didn't work, I mean, it was a different time, a new generation. All the hokey 80s stuff just wasn't working anymore.
It wasn't. I agree. Yeah. I mean, the fact that what was it? The zombie? Was it a zombie? It was a zombie dude who was like a really tall guy. He was wrapped in like the mummy. Sorry,
the mummy.
It was a mummy.
Yeah.
It was a mummy. They were like bear hugging Hogan or something. I don't know what the hell was going on.
Yeah, that match with the what was it called, the levels, the dungeon. Remember they had to escape out of the dungeon. It was like him and Savage, right?
Oh yeah. Like yes, dude, they had some of these ridiculous matches, man.
Right.
Sting never really went the Yeti. That's right. That's the name, the Yeti.
Jeez.
That's it. Yeah, he was humping him. Exactly. He was exactly humping him. It was horrible. I mean, again, like, it just made no sense. And then you had, like, the Giant show up, which was cool. I liked the Giant character, to be honest with you. I thought he fit in well to that group.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just, I don't know, Kevin Sullivan was, like, high as shit. He had to be.
Yeah. That was some crazy storylines.
But Sting, I don't think ever fought with the Dungeon Lifter. He maybe had matches here and there, but he never had like a long-term feud.
Like a feud, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he did, right? Not that I remember.
Not that I can remember.
Fantastic Plastic, what's up, man?
I will add that I think if Sting was like the leader of the the NWO, I do think that the Monday Night Wars would have ended a lot faster. I feel like WWF would have won.
Oh my god!
Just instantly, yeah.
Oh yeah. What again? It honestly made more sense for Hulk Hogan to be, because again, you had these two WWF guys, and Hogan was a WWF guy.
The whole
made sense.
Yeah, the whole story that they were implying that they were actually getting invaded by WWF.
Joey Clark, what's going on, dude?
Joey, what up, man? But yeah, that whole storyline that attack from the outside, infiltrated. Hey. But yeah, it was so good. It just worked out perfectly.
Yeah, it did. I agree. It's just NWO would have failed miserably, and WWE, like Shogun mentioned, WWF would have won much faster. Like there wouldn't have been any issues at that point.
Yep.
Now, another what if question. What if Sting stayed the Surfer Sting his entire career? He never converted to the black and white. Now, generally, a lot of wrestlers, especially who are wrestling for a very long time, not meant like a lot, but not everyone. Like Ric Flair's always been Ric Flair, right? Mm-hmm. He's had that same persona, but Sting had to make a change, right? He went from Surfer Sting to brunette Surfer Sting, but then he went black and white, like completely changed his look. What if he stayed like the Surfer style Sting his entire career? Do you think he would have grown stale, like Hulk Hogan and some of these other wrestlers who had to make a change, or do you think people would have still loved him for Surfer Sting gimmick?
I think he would have gone stale for sure. I feel like he would have been a heel Surfer Sting at one point.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I feel like everyone would start booing him naturally because they're tired of it. Mm-hmm. That's how fans usually are. They're like, man, I'm really tired of Surfer Sting. Like, let's just boo him, see if something else happens.
I totally agree. I was going to say the same exact thing, especially because that time in the 90s when things were starting to get towards that, edgy storylines, more realistic, I guess you could say. Hogan needed that change. Hell, even the Undertaker needed a change at one point when he went with his American Badass gimmick. Yeah. I think Sting as well. Like he needed that change because the times were changing, and like Shogun said, I think he would have got stale for a bit too. He would have probably ended up as like a, John Cena. He stayed pretty much the same character for almost his whole career. And for a while, we were all tired of him. He was getting booed like crazy.
John Cena had a facelift too, though. Like he was Mr. Thugonomics, then he turned into a more, standard military,
hustle, loyalty, respect. But that's exactly what I mean. His face run, people got tired of it. He was just Super Cena, and I feel like Sting would have kind of been like a Cena of that time if he stayed as Surfer Sting.
The funny thing about John Cena is when he was the prototype, he reminded me a lot of Sting.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's actually a really good wrestler. That's the funny thing.
He is.
I know that.
I saw him wrestle as the prototype a long time ago.
Yeah. He's a really good wrestler. Yeah. And he did a lot of Sting's moves. That was the best part about it.
Yeah, he was really good.
But again, like being in that, having that persona, they'll limit you. Even Austin was a really good wrestler, but he only did certain moves because that's what got him over.
Yeah, yeah. Because the fans they cheer for those certain moves. That's why they're called, signature moves for the most part.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I would go as far as to say, like, we might not even get. I mean, obviously, age changes you regardless, but like Surfer Sting was a lot more like kind of acrobatic. I mean, he had like a little bit more high flying, not that much, but he was a little bit more like taking risks and stuff compared to like Pro Sting.
Yeah, I mean, he would jump off. He would jump off the top ropes. A lot of the body splashes, and I'm pretty sure he did the springboard as well over the top to the floor. Right? Didn't he do that too?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, when he
like
to
go into the like from the to the outside.
Yeah, to the outside.
Yeah.
I remember him doing that a few times.
Yeah.
I mean, dude had some springs in his boots, though. That's for sure. He had some height. Sorry, what were you saying, Brian?
I think that the personas. I think some of those things is a cultural thing too. If we look at the world around, during that time period, he turned into Crow Sting. He was the. I think this person was getting.
We're losing you, Brian.
I just
We're
can't
losing you.
remember that. Oh, hang on. Let me get back inside.
Yeah, we're losing you. No, but I agree with you. The time frame does play a role here because this is in the 90s when he started, like 96, I think, when he started converting to black and white. And this is when metal was very popular.
Yeah. Grunge rock.
Grunge rock. And,
MTV. MTV.
Everybody in WCW was wearing black and white, even if they weren't in the NWO.
Right. Yeah.
Like Raven was very popular in WCW with Raven's Flock,
that was that grunge look.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was there, and that was that time frame. So, he converted himself from the surfer style, and he went over to the grunge style, and it worked though. It picked up.
Oh, you know what? I'm going back to last night with the movies. Scarface should have won because remember Scarface created Razor Ramon.
Yeah.
And Razor Ramon created this. Well, I guess he helped Sting with the crow look. He was the one that showed him the crow.
That's true. He recommended it, and the guy who's wearing the crow face paint right now,
he voted against.
He voted against Scarface.
Suck it.
There's a lot of heel turns that go on in those shows.
It's so ridiculous. I agree that he would get stale and people would start booing him over time.
Yeah.
If he stayed the surface thing. Shogun played this role perfectly, dude. It was awesome. I was like texting Shogun, I was like, hey bro, where you at? Wake up. I was like, come on. And then all of a sudden I see like 2 minutes before it starts, I see him pop in and I was like, I just started laughing. God damn, this is amazing.
You got the crow background too, his Titantron video or whatever.
Now here's another what if question, because what if Sting had a manager? Who would it be?
Ooh, damn.
Because normally people who have managers generally can't speak on the mic. Sting was pretty good on the mic, so who would be his manager if anyone in WCW time frame?
Someone mentioned it earlier. I would go with Dusty.
Dusty?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even think about that one.
Yeah, I would go with Dusty.
Someone did make a comment about Dusty helping Sting out a lot.
Yeah, I would go with Dusty also because the feud. Like if Sting was feuding with Flair, Dusty would be a good person to have on Sting's side for a feud like that.
Well, they got history.
I think that happened a lot early on too.
Mm-hmm.
I think they wrestled during the same time period.
Yeah, that's true. They did. Yeah, they did wrestle in the same time period.
That's actually a really good one because, like, I mean, I would try to put her like Sting was good on the mic, so I would maybe put some eye candy or like a female with him.
I was gonna say Missy Hyatt. That's who I would lead against.
Yeah,
Missy Hyatt would be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, she would have been good.
Yeah.
Because I mean, even if they wanted to do like even if it was a manager as a surfer, like the surfer Sting, she can rock the surfer Sting, face paint.
face
too.
paint too, yeah.
Yeah.
Even in the Crow, like they could have gave her like a mime look mime look with the diamonds. You know how Sting didn't used to have like this design? He just had like the mime look.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
real simple.
Little,
yeah,
like,
the real
diamond.
simple.
He just had the
lines, right? Yeah.
The crow. It was the crow, straight
Yeah.
up crow, and then the frown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. You could have used Jim Cornette to give him a heel turn early on.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
but they would just hate on Jim Cornette. You wouldn't hate Sting though. You would just hate Jim Cornette.
Yeah.
No. I think Jim Cornette could have made people hate Sting.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, he's good like that though. He's good at making people. He was good on the mic, and he was good at making people hate him.
Yeah, it's like I would
Yeah.
say like him and like or Paul Heyman would be interesting.
I don't see. I still think. I think he needs like you said earlier, Shogun. I think eye candy. Is you don't need a mic. You don't need a manager who can talk because Sting can talk really well actually on the mic. So I think just having a Missy Hyatt who helps him when she needs to, and it's that that eye candy and ringside.
Like
Well,
I
wasn't
just
that-
think like, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Wouldn't
He's-
that take away from Sting though?
Depends on which version.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I mean, even the Surface thing, I think having the eye candy, like a manager as eye candy and just kind of helping him and be around him, I don't think that would take away. I think what would take away from Sting is having a Cornette or a Paul Heyman because, like, they would
That'd
take
be better than him on the mic.
yeah. they would make him look bad because Sting could do his own talking. He doesn't, you Missy Hyatt would play that cheerleader role is what I would look at it.
It'd be interesting to have. How like a lot of like Japanese female wrestlers they have that move thing that they do like the poison mist like to Jerry. It'd be interesting to have like a female Sting
Do that.
kind of where like she's masked and has like face paint, but she stays quiet too.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah, because I would say Sting paired up with a manager would work really well if it was a heel Sting.
Yeah,
Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I think that it's mostly heels that have managers.
It is. It usually is.
Really.
That's
Yeah.
not true. Hulk Hogan had Jimmy Hart.
Yeah. But for the most part, I think usually it's the heels that have managers because I feel like most of the time heel managers do a lot of the work for the wrestler.
Getting
As
the
a-
heat. Yep.
Yeah, usually as a face, it usually you carry yourself really well if you're going to be a face. I mean, like I said, there's a couple of examples where faces have managers, but like Shogun said, I've always noticed it's usually the heels that have the managers.
Heels and tag teams. Yeah, tag teams
Heels
for
and tag
sure.
teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
I mean, there's been some amazing managers, especially for tag teams as well.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of anyone else who was
Like it would be
face
cool.
with a
Like
manager.
now that he brings that up, it would have been cool if Sting got a manager when he was tag teaming with Luger. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
See, I still think both. I mean, even Luger was good on the mic though.
Yeah,
They didn't need a manager.
that's what I'm saying. It would be like a female one.
Yeah, female valet. Yeah.
Yeah,
A valet. Yeah.
yeah.
A cheerleader is what we like to call them now. Cheerleader.
So like,
think
let's say
Sting
for
really
example,
needs
Sherry was
a
amazing. I
buffer
agree.
between
Yeah.
the two of them. So
What'd you say, Brian?
I think Sting and Luger probably could have used a buffer between the two of them, and I think a female would have been good in that role. So a lot of times when you get the two big personalities together, they don't mix well.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're breaking up again, Fables. I think you're back.
Really? Okay. I don't have this
Yeah.
problem usually.
House Hendo saying even Cornette says good
Good.
baby faces don't need a manager or valet.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true. I mean, even a good heel really doesn't need one. The whole purpose of a manager or valet is to someone to get that heat if you can't do the mic work yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
I'm trying to
that's why this is a what if, because I mean that's why Sting doesn't have a manager.
Yeah, he never had
Yeah.
a manager. Yeah.
Yeah, he was able to do it all himself for the most part.
But I still think Missy Hyatt would have been a good manager for Sting. Like, because again, she didn't have to do the talking. She's just like a cheerleader helping out and valeting.
Mhm.
Like, you know, like for example, like Macho Man. Macho Man was amazing in the ring, and on the mic. He didn't need a manager, but he had Miss Elizabeth.
The Macho King needed his queen, man.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, he didn't need a manager, but it made it work, right? They made it work. I think they would have made it work with Sting as well. Now, Black and White Sting, Crow Sting. I don't think a manager was needed at all.
No, yeah, because he was presented as that lone wolf, so
Exactly,
having a manager wouldn't have made sense.
Yeah, the only thing I could see possible for the Crow Sting is to have like someone like Paul Bearer was like, his soul was lost, and he's come.
Yeah, or like you said, like if he had a valet later that would do like the poison mist, that would have been kind of interesting to see.
That would be interesting. I agree with that.
Yeah,
that would.
But
be
they really needed to sell him off as that lone wolf at first.
Dude, just seeing up in the rafters, you know,
right?
Again, when he started the Crow gimmick, man, holy shit! Like everyone would be like, "Is he up there? Where is he at? Where's he at? Where's he coming from?"
Everyone wanted a trench coat and a baseball bat too.
Yeah, like, and I think like 7 or 8 months in, like then he like recruited people by like being like with the bat, with the like,
the point, then turn the back to him.
Yeah.
The funny thing, no one ever hit him, did it? I'm trying to remember if anyone ever hit him. Because he did it to a lot of people. Lex Luger, Macho Man, the Steiners.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
he did it to DDP too.
Yeah, so no one ever hit him though.
Yeah.
Which I found funny because like why wouldn't have no one hit him?
Yeah. The only weird thing about that is like I think they did a mistake on their storyline because randomly like Macho Man helped Hogan win.
I was gonna say that because he did it to Macho Man. Macho Man walked away with him, and then he showed up in the rafters, and then he helped Hogan all of a sudden.
Yeah, I was just like, what the fuck? Like, what's happening?
Yeah, like that was confusing. I agree with that. Elizabeth was more of a prop for Macho, and his only weak point to get to him.
Yeah,
for example, Macho versus Jake the Snake.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
but she was still a valet though.
Yeah.
Ew, Sting.
We got the Timo Sting on the camera this time.
Yeah, Timo Sting.
Yeah.
Only $2.
Sting, the Shogun, my boy. Frankie, what's going on, dude? No, I think Surfer Sting would have been a cool character to have, like a cheerleader type, like a valet type. Like I think Missy Hyatt would be perfect because she wouldn't take the attention away from Sting. You know, if Sting was shitty on the mic, it would make sense to have a manager who can do the talking, and either whether it's a baby face or a heel, it would have been good to have that. But even with like Harlem Heat though, right? Like didn't Harlem Heat have Sherry? And then I want to say the Colonel.
Jackie, right? Wasn't Jackie was the Harlem Heat, wasn't she? Jacqueline. I thought she was one of the valet for them for a little bit.
Was she? I thought
Might
she
have been for a very, very, very small time.
I remember
before she went over to WWF.
I remember the Colonel as well. Didn't the Colonel, like the guy with the white hat, and he was like a Southerner? Wasn't he?
Like the. I'm trying to.
I thought he was a manager for Harlem Heat as well.
Tony Schiavone really did sell that stuff for Crow Sting. Yeah, he was a big deal, man. He really helped those calls, man. You make it more hype.
Yeah, right.
I mean, listen, I still remember when he's like rappelling out of the rafters, and you see in the background the Chicago Bulls banner.
Yeah. I remember this commercial. I remember that. Was it for like a video game? I think.
Yeah, where he like beat up the kid.
yeah. Well, I think it was like for like a WCW video. It wasn't like for one of the N64 games.
Yeah, I think. I remember it. I think
I remember it was that shitty N64 game. I remember.
Yeah, it was a 64 game.
Yeah. Was it Colonel Rob Parker? Is that who it was? Yeah, that could have been it.
Yeah,
that sounds familiar. Like he was a good mouthpiece, right? Like they were good to make teams over a little bit. or like the people they were managing over. Was Harley's first manager with Sid. Okay.
Okay.
Beat up the kid in his own living room.
Yeah, he just like opened the door and he just started busting him up. I was like, damn.
Now here's another what if question.
All right.
What if Sting was part of the WWF side of the Attitude Era?
Oh, like if he went over to WWF during that time?
During the Attitude Era, yeah. What do you think? I mean, obviously NWO would still be a thing, right? But Sting now during the Attitude Era had converted to black and white, so you have Crow Sting in WWF.
I think the NWO storyline would have gotten stale a lot quicker without Sting.
I mean, they still had people like Macho Man, Ric Flair. I think they could
Yeah.
have done some wonders with it, to be honest with you. Because Sting played that year-long feud at the beginning with Hollywood Hogan, but after that, I guess since the botch thing at Starrcade, you know, they did it again at, what was it, Fall Brawl, I think, where they finally gave Sting the belt with a proper count. And that's after that, it was just kind of done, though. It was done. Then you had other people, you know, Roddy Piper showed up, Warrior, and all that bullshit. But what if Sting was in WWF? What would you see happening?
Oh, we would have got
See,
that dream match with The Undertaker.
So someone said Sting versus Stone Cold.
I could see that. I could see
Yeah,
Sting versus Bret Hart with a better match, to be honest. Like,
That's true.
even though they wrestled each other in WCW for the United States Championship, like Bret Hart had a lot more leeway in WWF. So he would be the match would, in my opinion, would be better in WWF with them two. I do think that obviously he would they would have some long feud with the Undertaker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The dream match right there.
Corporate ministry wouldn't have happened. Oh damn, Chuck. Okay.
I would even bet that they would have Sting with Kane.
I was gonna say I would say that Sting may have joined the ministry.
That's what I was gonna say. He might have been the guy that flipped. They thought he would be the face, and he would have flipped over to the corporate ministry.
I would even think that Sting would have a good rivalry with Mankind.
Yeah,
that would be really interesting. Just
Or-
one in the
or
boiler room and one in the rafters.
Yeah.
that's true. That's true. One was in the boiler room, one was in the rafters. Yeah.
Well, and I mean, the good thing about that time in WWF, like there were so many main eventers that all you could cycle them in and out. Like everyone was feuding with each other, whether it be, 1v1, triple threat, a fatal 4-way. You could just insert any of those main eventers into a match and it worked. And Sting would have been a great addition, with Undertaker, Austin, hell, The Rock, Bret Hart,
But Owen Hart. Don't forget about Owen.
R.I.P.
Yeah, no, dude. I think Shogun and I, because we ended up talking about wrestling a lot, like offline, and we were chatting about what if Sting, and we made. I remember we were talking about a comment like, what if it was Surfer Sting, and he converted to black and white Sting at WWF? How would it have happened? And Shogun, do you remember what you said?
Yeah, I do remember. So I had a little thing. Remember when Undertaker had those buried alive matches against people, and the hand would stick out and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking, I'm like, what if that was a way to convert? Like Undertaker had a match with Surfer Sting, and he buried Surfer Sting, and then they would wait a couple months or a year, and then bring back Sting as the Crow Sting because he technically died in the buried alive match.
That would
that would have been cool.
Yeah.
That would have been dope. I agree.
Like actually make it a storyline.
Yeah. And then Sting just starts going in the rafters. Undertaker's got his thing too with the lights. He does the purple lights and then the lightning bolt. Then Sting could have some special powers all of a sudden too.
I mean, it's perfect for the Crow story because dude was buried. He's pretty much a zombie. He's a ghost.
Yeah.
So I mean, it would just be it would just amplify the rivalry between Undertaker more.
Mm-hmm.
I agree, Super. Sting fit that perfect role, and again, this is just a what if thing, what if moments. Because again, everything had to fit into a specific thing to get NWO, and which is what happened. But things changed. Bischoff had mentioned that Sting was supposed to be the third man, and then last minute it got changed to Hulk Hogan. But
You're right, Super K. That's why it didn't make sense when the NWO came out to help Sting at WrestleMania.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Dude, not to knock at the fact that I don't like seeing NWO show up, but I was just like, wait, why are they helping Sting though? That was like their biggest rivalry. Like, it
right.
makes
Yeah,
no
exactly.
sense.
I mean, I guess an enemy of an enemy is your friend when it comes to the Monday Night Wars.
Yeah, man, that was rough. And then to have him lose his first WrestleMania match, I was like, dude, come on.
His
Yeah, right.
only WrestleMania match.
It's only
Only.
WrestleMania match, yeah.
And that Triple H effect.
Well, that was just stupid. I mean, that was just Triple H and WWF saying, "Hey, we won WCW." I was like, dude, you already
Yeah.
fucking bought the company. What more do you want to prove?
Yeah, yeah.
The fact is, I mean, again, if you compare Triple H and Sting, Sting is much better, had a much better career, in my opinion, than Triple H did. Hands down. There's no contest.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because also Triple H will forever have that taint of being the boss, or the married to the boss's daughter. So
I mean, and no matter how good he is, I mean, they're not gonna fire him. You know what I mean?
right, yeah,
Like, what are they gonna do? They're gonna have him go to TNA or something, or like WCW? They fire him? No, they're gonna keep him in the house and do something else. Like,
It just didn't make any sense. Like you have Sting at WrestleMania and you're inducting him in the Hall of Fame in a way, and then all of a sudden you're losing the match. It's like, why?
yeah.
Like,
Well, that's the thing. Like Dust Tape was saying, it's an ego check, and that was like the issue with the whole like invasion angle, how that all played out. That was just, it was like Vince wanted to like
I think it's
step
a little
on
bit
while they're down already.
he was salty. He was salty that Sting never joined up. When, But when they did the WCW merger, like he never showed up. That's what he was like. Probably got a little bit of get back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it just I don't know. I the whole fact that Sting showed up, and I'm glad he did because he got the Hall of Fame, but
Yeah.
what didn't make any sense was the fact that he lost at WrestleMania, and then the fact that dude, it was just a short run. It was
Right.
It was horrible, dude.
Yeah, like I could see if Sting had showed up earlier, okay, he'll lose his first WrestleMania, no big deal. It's, this is what, like 15 years earlier than when he showed up. But, it's already been so many years between the Monday Night Wars and them buying it. Like, they should have just let Sting go over.
They should have I mean, if it wasn't for the fact also that freaking Seth Rollins injured Sting, he would have probably wrestled more.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, though. So I saw an interview with The Undertaker who made a comment saying that Vince McMahon hated the idea of Sting versus Undertaker. He never wanted to do it. It was never would have happened. Which makes no fucking sense to me. Like, it makes zero sense.
I remember reading those on the internet at the time. That was like a huge rumor.
I think Taker, there was a podcast he did with like Stone Cold or somebody, and he was like, yeah, Sting was a good dude and blah, blah, blah. And, everyone kept hyping the Sting versus Undertaker match, but then Vince was against it completely.
Yeah,
Vince had no interest in doing a Sting versus Undertaker match. But to be fair, though, if you did Sting versus Undertaker at WrestleMania, Sting would have lost.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. But
Sting
I would have rather seen Sting lose to Undertaker than Triple H.
Yeah.
That's true, too. I get that. Yeah, I agree with that. The Triple H thing was just horrible.
I think it would have been cooler if he came in earlier and wrestled the Undertaker. Later on, it wasn't as good.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's more of a credit to Sting. Like the fact that, I mean, he's technically in WWE. He was in WWE. He was the wrestler that made his name without needing WWE, to be honest. He didn't need WWE at all. He had 2 Hall of Fame careers, one in WCW and one in TNA. The TNA Sting, I know we haven't talked about much of TNA Sting, but TNA Sting was a monster as well.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So is the only character that came over to WWF that Vince McMahon didn't bury, was that Ric Flair?
It was Chris Jericho.
Well, I mean, no, that's not true either. Eddie Guerrero, Benoit, Saturn. I mean, again,
They had to work really hard, bro. Like,
but those guys who came in early on,
they tried their best to bury him, though.
I don't think so, man. I think Eddie Guerrero he broke his arm, right? When he did the frog splash, and then he was out for a little while. But I think they came before WCW shut down. So it was a little different. I think the burying happened when the purchase happened.
That's what I mean. I thought that was the question. My bad.
Yeah, no, they buried. I mean, Chris Jericho shut up way before WCW shut down. I think Jericho actually did a good character. He showed up and he was hype machine on the mic. He was awesome on the mic. I mean, dude, was it Y2J?
You need to do a cruiserweight episode.
Oh, I mean, that was the best of WCW. Yeah.
Yeah, it was for sure.
I will say, like someone said in chat, TNA Sting put on some great matches. Let's not count Jeff Hardy. Yeah, everyone, if you have not watched, watch the matches that Sting's had with Jeff Jarrett. Watch the matches that he's had with Kurt Angle. Watch AJ Styles. All of them are good. Most of them are damn great.
Dude, I'm sure somewhere on YouTube, if you just type in Sting, the best of Sting in TNA, there's a video out there somewhere.
Yeah.
And it is worth it because you see a lot of different faces of Sting in TNA, and I think that was really dope to do. Even in AEW, I think he's had some great matches.
Yeah.
Lou's saying Booker T was buried for a bit, but he worked hard and got over. That's true. Booker T was buried. I mean,
Booker T was buried almost the same way Sting was in WrestleMania. Were we forgetting that? Like, it was damn near racist. It was racist.
No, it was, man.
It was racist, and Triple H still won. I was like, what?
What was it like that you people type thing?
Yeah, you people can't be on top. I was like, whoa.
That was Vince McMahon straight up. Yeah, I remember that.
And Booker T still lost. I was like, what?
Yeah, that was some the reign of terror from Triple H. Man.
So I mean, that's kind of crazy. I mean, think about it. Track record. Triple H has screwed kind of two WCW guys because I would think like he has enough pull to be like, yeah, I don't agree with this finish. I think he should go over. So,
but you know, I mean, Triple H, you know, his idol Ric Flair, so he was trying to be like Ric Flair and just always be on the top.
Yeah,
that's what I always thought.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
man. But let me see. So let me look at another question we have here. Okay, this is kind of goes in line with what we were talking about. What if Sting and Undertaker formed a tag team?
Oh man. That would be nice, actually.
Like, would it be like some Brothers of Destruction type of thing? Would it be Ministry? Like, if they were a heel tag team, would it be Ministry?
I think they'd be one of those teams that would work either face or heel. You know, I'm thinking, you know, they'd be very similar to, I guess, you know, we're talking about Triple H, but, you know, when Triple H and Shawn Michaels became a DX tag team, you had the Bruiser and like the more, you know, technical, athletic one. You know, that's how I would see Undertaker and Sting as a tag team.
Because I think the only issue I see, like we didn't talk about it earlier, was, you know, Sting is established in WCW. Undertaker was so established in WWF that he didn't really need the title. That's why they never really gave it to him. He didn't need the title to be popular. And Sting might have that problem, but at the same time, it's like he's still in a new company. And there's still people like, you know, screw. Remember back in the day, it was like a gang thing. It was like, screw WCW. We're WWF for life. And then, you know, people would hate Sting just because of that. But
could you imagine how big it would be if they were a tag team, though, together?
Yeah.
At that peak time. I mean, that would have been, people would have come unglued. If Undertaker was looking for a tag team partner for some reason to battle DX or somebody like that, it would have been cool.
I mean, are you guys referring to, just reading the comment, Undertaker and Sting as a tag team?
Yeah.
I agree with Dust Tapes. He wouldn't have been cool with the crucifixions and Dark Forces stuff. I agree with that. But I mean, it's storyline, right? So he may have done it. It's possible.
It depends on when he found God, because Sting wasn't always, you know.
Yeah, I mean, they could have tweaked it a bit more too. I mean, because obviously the Crow is a dark persona. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. But again, just, you know, I think him and Taker would have been a great tag team. Honestly.
Yeah.
They would have definitely been champions for sure.
Mm-hmm. I was trying to find a way because you don't want to be in that tag team where you're just a good tag team, and then without the person, you're not like a competitor. I would like find a way like to find put Sting in the world title picture. Like, who would he be wrestling? Like, would it be Stone Cold? Would they have him like you have a rivalry with freaking The Rod at the time in the Attitude Era? Because I mean, Bret Hart's gone. I would like to say he would be wrestling Bret Hart, but
well, Bret Hart was part of the Attitude Era, though.
Yeah, like very early though. And I would think like if
early.
Sting shows up, Bret Hart's already gone almost. Wait, actually no. They were in the process of leaving. It was around the time Bret Hart was leaving that Sting showed up.
Well, Starrcade is when Bret Hart came out with and did the count, right?
Yeah.
So that one whole year before.
That one whole year, it was kind of like it coincided with each other a little bit.
Yeah, so he would have been there. Bret Hart would have been there for that 1 year. I think there would have been some good matches. I mean, honestly speaking, Bret Hart versus Sting would have probably happened at WrestleMania. and realistically, Bret Hart would probably still be in WWF or WWE.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be very interesting, man. Gosh,
you really have a thing for Bret. I mean, listen. The Bret Hart won the best wrestler of all time tournament, male wrestler of all time tournament. And it wasn't just us voting, right? It was the chat too. So the chat voted, Caster. You were part of the chat. You voted.
Listen, I'm wearing the face paint. I'm wearing the face painting of the man that I wanted to win that, okay? The chat voted for Bret. And the coin voted for Bret.
Did anyone say Joker, Sting, and American Badass for the tag team? Interesting.
That would have been
fun.
That would have been fun. I was never a big fan of American Badass Undertaker. I didn't like it.
I wasn't at the time, but I kind of grew to love it as I got older. Like
even more when he wore the snakeskin pants.
Was that Big Evil?
That was Big Evil. Yeah.
I'm thinking about it. I'd rather see Joker Sting with Red Mask Kane. Believe it or not, I think it would have been interesting.
Which version of Kane though?
I'm talking about the Kane. I mean, Joker Sting came on way later, but I'm just saying, like, if we can like just fit him in a timeline, I would like him to tag team with Kane when he first showed up.
Oh, so like classic Kane?
Classic Kane, like when he ripped the steel cage door.
Yeah. Well, that would have been nice because at the time, Joker Sting, his promos were just like on another level. He had a good he had his own mouthpiece basically. He was his own mouthpiece.
Yeah, he was wild, dude. It was awesome.
Yeah, to pair him up with a silent monster like Kane would have been nice.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Yeah.
Do you guys consider Big Evil and American Badass the same Undertaker?
Yes and no.
I do.
Like it's just like face versus heel version, I guess. The way I see it.
I mean, for me, it was just American Badass, right? That's really what it was.
Yeah.
The American. It wasn't the Phenom, like the the classic Undertaker. But again, Undertaker went through his moments as well, and a What If with Undertaker would be fun too. I feel like that would be an interesting one too.
What if he was actually the turkey that hatched in the egg? The Survivor Series.
Was Sting or what? Sting comes out of the egg.
Goatee Undertaker was phenomenal.
Yeah, it's Ministry Undertaker.
Oh yeah, dude, that was like I think that overall that's my favorite Undertaker.
The one that looked like devil horns, kind of.
Yeah, the druid.
The Ministry Undertaker was always my favorite Undertaker.
Yeah, same. That's my favorite.
The fact, I mean, dude, I have a Dio. I had my buddy George make me a Dio in my man cave in my toy room, where I have the whole Ministry of Darkness minus Midian because they never made a Midian figure. But I have that Undertaker, Paul Bearer. I got the Acolytes. I got Viscera. I even put the Brood.
Yeah.
I have the Brood there too.
Yeah.
Then I have the casket, and Kane is in the casket because he was technically part of the Ministry in a way. But and then I have the T, his Undertaker logo in the background, and you could actually hang a wrestling figure on it. That was the best part.
Nice. I put Stone Cold on there.
Yeah, I need to. I need to get
Chuck reminded me. I mean, this is not Sting. He reminded me. He said he dragged Hogan with a motorcycle. That reminds me of like what Big Boss Man did to like Big Show's dad with his damn casket.
Was it dragging on it? He just grabbed it.
That shit was crazy, bro. Nah, man. Ministry Undertaker was wild, dude. He was over here like hanging people and shit in the Hell in the Cell. Like didn't he hang
Oh
Big
damn,
Boss
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
but
He did.
Boston
Hang
at WrestleMania. Yep.
Yeah.
I think we need to do a
Undertaker one?
We definitely need to Undertaker one because that would be a fun one too.
Yeah.
Kenny man, what's going on, dude? Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, for sure, man.
But back to Sting though, like so, I think he would have been a good tag team with Undertaker. I think he would have had great matches with Stone Cold, Bret Hart, Owen Hart. I mean, Shawn Michaels. I'm not a big Shawn Michaels fan either, honestly speaking. So, like,
He would have had a good match with Shawn Michaels if Sting had a good match with Kurt Angle. I know they're like the different types of wrestlers, but he would have had a good match with Shawn.
Yeah.
yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I'll take that. All right, so we talked about Undertaker forming a tag team because that was definitely something we talked about beforehand.
We talked about the other question too.
We did. We did.
Yeah.
I do want to bring that back into another more in-depth discussion, right? So, Surfer Sting gets converted into Black and White Sting by the Undertaker, burying him alive. In what if standpoint, do you think a year would make sense for him to come back, or would it be like 2 months, 3 months? And how would he come back? Would he show up in the rafters? Would he walk out from the crowd?
I think if they want to do the Crow gimmick, I think they would just keep it pretty much the same as WCW did it, and they would just have him be in the crowd, like whenever Undertaker's out in the in the stage or the arena, they just have him like just look at the Undertaker blankly, and the Undertaker
that fucking
just stare at him, and like the Undertaker's confused because he's just like, dude, I'm the Undertaker, I buried you alive. Why the fuck are you here?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
But I honestly, like, even with that feud, Undertaker had the lightning bolt. I feel like Sting should have something that's like Phenom related as well,
Like Supernatural.
a supernatural. Yeah, and I just feel like because again he's now the Crow afterlife type. I think that would have been fun to do.
Thing. Lights turn off. They come back on with a bunch of crows just all over the
Yeah,
arena.
crows. Yeah.
John, I am
Johnny Cobb.
not an HBK fan at all, dude. I don't like the guy.
Respect that cock.
Yeah, put some respect on that cock.
That's true. Sting had RoboCop. You're very right about
yeah.
that.
True.
So Undertaker's gonna have Terminator or what?
That's unfair a little bit.
But here's the like I could see that Undertaker versus Sting feud, just like how they did Undertaker or Sting and Hulk Hogan. It could go off for a year.
Yeah.
I could actually see that happening and watching them, do their mind game shit the whole time. Like it would be cool to see Undertaker finishing up a match and then having a totally like different, like a bunch of different like Crow Stings run in the ring and trying to hit Undertaker, and he's hitting them all, and then one of them being the real one.
I mean, listen, if you really think about it, do you remember that weird thing that they had with the urn where like Paul Bearer will open it and there'll be like a light in it?
Yeah.
It would be interesting to see like he's shining the light and he sees Sting in the rafters with the light like this.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
that would be fucking. That would be like the best way to bring him back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's like, Paul Bearer really helps out with that whole thing. It's like it would have been way better to see that. When it comes to like, they can do a lot of spots. Like they could do like the crow, like comment, like how they did in WCW, where they just put a crow on the ropes, or a vulture.
Yeah.
I think it was a vulture.
It was a vulture. Yeah, it was a vulture.
Yeah, but they could do that with a crow, a trained crow. That'd be interesting. I think we did get Sting versus Raven.
Sting versus Raven.
I think that happened in WCW.
I'm pretty sure it happened in WCW. And my neighbor in the 90s, Bret, Owen, HBK, and Undertaker were my favorite wrestlers. Okay. Son of Crown, sir, what's going on, dude? Hope you're doing well.
Timu Sting. Hope you're happy.
Dude, I love. Next week we're gonna be Undertaker. He's gonna dress up like Undertaker.
Whoa! I'm just looking something up. Actually, it looks like we never did get Sting versus Raven.
No, Scotty
single
Flamingo.
matches.
Not even Scotty Flamingo.
Oh, it doesn't seem like it.
Interesting.
I was thinking about Sting versus Vampiro.
Oh,
that had a shit ton of matches, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The later years.
It was
WWE,
to the
WWE.
point. I mean, the fact that you did a a fire match would set the person on fire, and then like Sting got caught on fire and he fell from the stage. That was a stunt double, obviously, right?
Yeah.
So
Those are some wild matches in WCW. Like I keep bringing it up because like that just stayed with me as a kid when Vampiro dumps that like bucket of blood on Sting in the ring. I was like,
Oh, was it? Did they try to do that to Kevin Nash and like it totally missed?
yeah, they did.
Like they botched it. So
that was a whole. I mean, to be fair though, that was like New Blood, right? But
Yeah.
Vampiro's group was called the Dark Carnival. I actually liked the Dark Carnival. I thought they were really fucking dope. Like Vampiro with like the ICP style face paint, and he had like the different attire. That was really cool.
Yeah, it was like face paint versus face paint. That's how I like viewed it.
I mean, granted, like today Vampiro is fucked up as hell. Like I'm pretty sure when I met him at New York Comic Con, it was in New York or San Diego, one of those two. I got him to sign a figure. I took some pictures with him. I even had him record a video for Figure Fight Club. I told him what to say, and he was high. He had to be high as fuck because he completely fucked up. And he looked at a midget that was right next to us, and he's like, "That midget's fucking messing me up." I have this all on recording. I was like, God, he had to be like gone. But it was cool that like I met him.
Yeah,
it was fun. But he was definitely wasted in one way or the other. Oh, interesting. Dust Tips is saying, "Will Sting save Darby tonight from MJF?"
Oh, is there an event tonight?
AEW, I think it has.
I think he will lose the title, but I think if it goes overboard and he keeps attacking Darby, Sting will show up. That's how I think.
You think they'll put the title back on MJF?
Yes.
After Darby just won? I don't think that would make no sense.
Yeah, but, I mean, if you haven't been following the storyline with Darby, is that he is like defending the belt every week, multiple days. So they're trying to make it seem like, you know, MJF is going to get him at his weakest point. And that's why I think that he would get the title.
Basically.
Yeah. That's the only reason I think he's going to get it. If it was like he defends it like once a month, you know what I mean? I'd be like, nah, they're not going to take it. But he's been defending it every week since he's won it.
What are we sharing?
I didn't talk about the Vampiro video.
Oh, you know, I might put that out, to be honest with you, because it was fucking hilarious. Because like, dude,
a super chat video. Make it a super chat. Video.
I could do that. That would be hilarious, dude. I just felt, dude, he was so fucking stoned, and then he was like, "That fucking midget," and I was like, "Whoa!"
Plot twist: there was no midget.
That would be even better, bro.
No, there was a little person next to us. That
would even be better.
But it was just really funny because, like, I asked him to say something. He's like, "Okay," and then, dude, he fucked it up completely, like completely. I was like, "How do you talk on the mic today, bro? Like, there's no way."
You know what's kind of crazy is like in WCW they had so many people in the crowd wear the Sting mask, and they did a lot of angles where people in the crowd like went in the ring to fight the NWO. If you really think about it, how hard is that to control? Like, couldn't just some person randomly? I know they've done it before. Like, just wear a Sting mask and go in the ring.
Right.
You ever think that it's part of the show?
I think someone has done that.
Someone did that in the steel cage. I do remember that. He got beat up by Macho Man and Hogan.
Oh, I remember that now. Yeah. I remember that.
The amount of people who run in from the outside, it makes no sense to me. It's like, dude, like these wrestlers will hit you for real, and it's gonna hurt.
Right?
Like, yeah, these are big, man.
And then on top of that, you're gonna get arrested. Like,
seriously, I remember a recent one. Sorry, just to go off topic, but Seth Rollins, like, remember someone like tackled him on stage
on the ramp, yeah,
the ramp, yeah. That was pretty.
Dude,
crazy.
someone tackled Bret Hart in his Hall of Fame ceremony, bro.
Oh my gosh!
During the speech, yeah.
That was.
And the fact that he got through all these fucking people ringside and still managed to tackle him made no sense. But granted, he
got stage too,
yeah, on the stage he got stiff punched by like 12 wrestlers. Now here's another what if. What if Sting became WWE champion when he was in WWE in 2015? Would he still be with the company?
Maybe.
Would he have lasted longer?
But I do think he would have. It would have been a quick title run. Like, I think he would have dropped it really fast.
Yeah, I do think. I think they would have did some like heel stuff where like Sting wins the belt, and maybe like 3 or 4 months later, like the corporate comes in and finds a way to screw him to get the belt off of him.
Mm-hmm.
He'll never get it back. Because WWE just has a tendency, I mean, which is smart. They try to, wrestling companies try to keep the heel with the championship belt to make it when they lose in a big event, it's just satisfying. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Cody Rhodes held the belt for how fucking long now?
Since Mania.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, before that, he
won it. He won it in the Elimination Chamber, but it hasn't been that long. Randy was supposed to win that, supposedly.
Yeah.
He got injured. He got injured in the match. That's why he lost.
Yeah.
They decided to keep it on Cody.
I'm gonna bring this on stage, or this comment on stage, just because I think it's funny. I banged a fatty who loves Sting.
You banged me? No, you didn't.
So it's during that time, 2015. I know it was very WWE propaganda bullshit, and no other company's better than them. They did good things with Goldberg. For some weird reason, they did good things with Goldberg. It made no sense to me at all. And the fact that Sting is like light years ahead of Goldberg, and they treated him like that, just made no sense.
Mm-hmm.
He also wanted to stick it to Brock Lesnar too, though.
Did they put Goldberg against Brock Lesnar? See,
No,
I think
they wanted to stick it to Brock Lesnar too, because at the time they were both leaving. Remember, they were doing a thing that they were both kind of leaving.
Oh, you talk about the original run, his first run.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about 2015. I was talking about the original Goldberg run and when he showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that, but like if Sting was champion, I kind of wish that he would have held it on for a little while, and again, like give the WWE crowd a chance on why everyone loves Sting.
Yeah,
but there was a reason why.
Knowing WWE, they would have gave him like the Universal title or something. They wouldn't give him the WWE Championship.
Was the blue belt out at the time? No, it wasn't, right?
No, not
that was a little bit. That was a little after. Okay.
Yeah.
It would have been interesting. Oh, whoa! I forgot. Actually, it would have been interesting to see Sting go against Bray Wyatt.
I agree.
Yes.
That would have been a good one.
Yes,
Yeah,
right.
that would have been great.
That was another. That was another match that people were asking for around the time.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. Bray Wyatt and Sting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, again, Sting can, again, he's one of those people who can match up with a lot of people. I don't think he would be good against a cruiserweight, unless it's like a bigger cruiserweight. Like I would consider Vampiro almost like a cruiserweight style, to be honest with you, because he kind of was. But Vampiro had a lot of cruiserweight moves back in the day, not as an older Vampiro, but his matchups with Vampiro were pretty decent.
I mean, I think he would have a sick match with Penta. I don't know if Penta.
I was about to say that too. That was
but Penta and him would have a good ass match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Eddie Guerrero and Jericho would probably been two good ones for him too.
Oh yeah. In WWF.
Has Sting ever wrestled Eddie Guerrero?
I don't know.
I don't remember actually.
Because they were around together for a long time.
But at that time, Eddie, they were doing the whole when WCW was like they were focused on cruiserweight fighting cruiserweights only.
Yeah.
That's not true. Rey Mysterio and Kevin Nash fought.
Yeah, but that's when they were trying to go with those crazy storylines. Actually, no. Eddie Guerrero and Sting never had a televised match.
They never had a televised match. Okay.
Yeah.
Untelevised, they did.
Untelevised, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it was like when Crow Sting showed up, it was just Sting and NWO for like until 2000, 2001.
Yeah, that's true. Until he turned Wolfpack.
Yeah.
Also, Crow Sting, he was hurt during half of that time or more than half of that time.
Yeah, especially
That's why he stayed up in the rafters for most of the time.
That's true, yeah. And yeah, even when he went Wolfpack, he got hurt pretty quick, and that stable just went back to being black and white when Hogan and Steiner and everyone came over to the Wolfpack.
Mm-hmm.
I think all the packs, they got way too big. I thought NWO got way too big too.
So. Oh yeah.
Too many people. to me.
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
They
That's
should
when
have
got
kept it
stale.
at 9. I mean, when you had an NWA A team and a B team, it was like, all right, guys.
Yeah.
Too much.
And
Too
NWO
much.
Japan.
Yeah.
Bro, NWO has like about 98 members, I think. I think it's 98.
Something
Wow.
ridiculous. Because even if you count all the Japanese guys too, right? Like, because there was so many NWO members, it was crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, Sting was part of the NWO.
Yeah.
Sting and the fake Sting.
I mean,
Now-
yeah, I mean, Wolfpack is just a branch off.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
Now here's another what if. We have 2 more questions left on the what ifs, right? So here's the second and last question. What if Sting was an ECW? How would that go over?
Oh man. See, if he was an ECW, that would have been a perfect time for him and Raven to feud. In my opinion.
I see that.
Yeah. That would have
Okay.
been a good feud.
Are we
man.
talking ECW WWE or are we talking ECW?
I'm a classic ECW.
Classic ECW. We don't talk about ECW WWE.
I will say, in my opinion, if we're talking about Surfer Sting, there's a chance that he would have been really popular in ECW. If it was Crow
Something
Sting,
goes broke.
I really don't know how that would go. I don't know, because the thing is with ECW, it was kind of like a breeding ground for like to see who's going to WCW or WWF.
Mhm.
It's kind of like what Stone Cold did. Like they had Stone Cold feuding with the Sandman, and he got picked up super quick by WWF when he
Yeah.
left WCW. So I don't know how over like Crow Sting would be in ECW. Now, if it was like starting out, like Surfer Sting starting off in ECW, I don't even think he will last long because he might not like that style of wrestling, like all that hardcore stuff, and
Well,
getting hit.
not every match was hardcore though. They showed that. Not every match was hardcore in ECW. Granted, that's one of the highlights, and just like technically, but not everyone did the hardcore style wrestling.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. You're gonna pair him up and fight against Raven. Raven's out here throwing everything at you. You know what I mean?
True. Well, how about Surfer Sting versus RVD?
That would be cool. I mean, you would get hit by a Van Daminator though.
Yeah. But that would be like the extent of RVD.
Who would have
Yeah, he would have been put through the table by the Dudleys straight up.
or become a member of the Dudleys. He would have been another brother.
Yeah,
Yeah, Dudley Sting.
yeah. That's interesting to think, man. It's just like, I mean, I guess he could wrestle technically Terry Funk and maybe Cactus Jack.
I mean, there could have been some. I mean, Terry Funk, Cactus Jack. Sid Vicious was in ECW for a little bit.
He could have wrestled, Steve Austin when he was there for a little bit. I guess that would have been interesting.
Or would he have pulled a Kurt Angle? He would have just been at ringside and he would have been like, "What the hell is this? I'm out."
Yeah.
Well, I mean, realistically, that's probably what
Yeah.
would have happened. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
but Kurt Angle pulled out because Raven did the crucifixion
Yeah.
to the Sandman during that time. That's the only reason he pulled out. But again, he in WWE, ECW, he was their champion.
And I mean, I feel like Surfer Sting would like go in, see what Super Crazy is doing, and be like, "Oh hell no, I'm out of here."
Yeah.
That's the truth behind it. That's very
Super
true.
Crazy over here doing backflips off a balcony and shit. You know what I
Dude,
mean?
they had some fucking great matches in ECW. We could do an episode talking about ECW matches. Because
Oh
they're
yeah,
so
easily. Yeah.
good. Okay, so last question of the night, and last what if that we had listed out. What would be your dream retirement match for Sting? Who would be preferred wrestler to retire Sting? AEW did the Darby Allin and Sting tag match against what's their names? The brothers. I forgot their name. Sorry.
Oh, you're talking about the Young Bucks.
Young Bucks. Yeah, the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
I was there live. I watched them. Again, Sting held his own, obviously, but he took breaks during the match. Darby Allin did that crazy spot with the glass, but if it was two guys on the screen and then you guys in the chat, who would be the perfect choice to retire Sting?
I'll let the guest go first because I have a long one.
So Sneaky, go ahead. You can start first.
So, and this could be in any company.
Any wrestler,
Any wrestler at all.
I mean, at the prime. I mean, of course,
Well,
you
no,
want it
so
to be
we're not talking prime. We're talking about like Sting's
at
last
that
match.
moment.
The retirement, right? Like he's retiring Sting. This is it.
Man, that's tough because, I mean, I would still want it to be Undertaker if anyone because
Okay.
when was Sting's last match? What year was that? Oh, 2002 or 22?
It could have been 22, 23, something like that. Yeah.
Ah, dang, Undertaker was
It was
already
a tag team match, and he retired undefeated in AEW.
Yeah,
with the tag
Undertaker
team
was already
titles.
done at that time. So I don't know if that wouldn't work. But if it was a couple of years before, I would have liked to finally see him and Undertaker go at it.
He said Santino Marella.
Yeah.
Oh, Gunther? I'm just kidding.
I mean, AEW, like as much as I don't really mess with AEW, but they did Sting some justice. I mean, he never lost a match in AEW, and he retired with the tag team belts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, again, dude, that send off for Sting at AEW, they did a really good job.
And with his kids too, like they had his kids dress up
His
as
kids-
Sting, and then like
They came out too. They came out and they fought the Young Bucks, and I think one of his kids started wrestling now too. And he's gonna.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna. I think there's rumors that he's signed with AEW, which is dope. That's awesome. And you know, he looked just like him as a young version of Sting. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But someone in chat says Cody Rhodes.
Cody versus Sting because of Dusty. That would have been cool. Okay.
Yeah, that would be good too.
Oh,
I mean, Cody could do a good Surfer Sting if he wants to retire. Like Cody could put like the Surfer stuff on.
That's true. That's very true.
The blonde hair.
Yeah.
How about you?
That would work.
Endless.
well, I was thinking about Ric Flair retiring Sting. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, that makes sense though because Ric Flair still like goes on and off.
That's what I would have wanted, but he's too old now.
I'm kidding about that one, but I was thinking Bray Wyatt if he actually retired from WWE. Then y'all were talking about the Darby Allin match. What if Sting's son comes out and saves Darby Allin? That would be cool. So instead of Sting coming out, his son coming out and saving Darby. So, but I would say Bray Wyatt. But I think AEW did a really good job with Sting. I think at that him being a tag match was a really good thing for him.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have the breath that he had before. So.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I gotta think. Was Undertaker still wrestling when Sting retired?
No, that's what I was thinking. Undertaker would have been good, but Undertaker was what I think the year before was his last match, or maybe 2 years before.
Okay, so with working with what I have now, and when it comes to like TNA, WWE, and AEW, I would have maybe gave it to AJ Styles.
Okay.
Because AJ Styles and Sting had a great rivalry in TNA.
That's a good one.
And they know each other so well that they would be able to have like a fucking 5-star match at WrestleMania. Or whatever pay-per-view they would retire him in. They would have a 5-star match, in my opinion. They would have a really good one. Because they would give him a lot of time since this is a retirement match.
Yeah, that's a good one too. How about a triple threat? Was it the Boneyard match? Undertaker, AJ, and Sting.
Yeah, man. It's cool, but at the same time, I hate it because I'm like, damn, bro, that was supposed to be a real match.
Yeah.
Like,
But it was cool how they. I mean, COVID was around that time too. So
Sting retired in March 3rd, 2024.
2024.
Wow, only 2 years ago.
I was gonna say it wasn't that far along because I was there. So.
Just to confirm, you'd like to call 202.
Damn, it activated my freaking phone. Abby, you activated my phone somehow.
Hey Siri.
What do y'all think about if Sting was passing the torch to somebody, who would that be?
It would be Darby Allin in AEW for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they picked a good one.
WWE would have. It
Well,
should have
like
been Bray Wyatt.
losing the last match to a younger star is what I was thinking.
That's a good question. I have to think on who in WWE is like that.
In WWE though.
Well, I'm not limiting it to WWE. I just
Eddie Starr.
he didn't lose to Darby, so
I mean, it would be interesting to see him wrestle Kenny Omega.
You know who I would mention? Brian Cage.
Brian Cage?
I like Brian. He's a powerhouse style, but he's always been a nerd and like honestly, like he kind of reminds me of Sting too, just a little bit more jacked, and also more athletic.
And he's back in TNA, right?
I have no idea. I don't watch TNA anymore.
Oh, I think he came back.
Oh, did he? Good for him. I'm glad.
I'm gonna throw a bone. You know what? I'm gonna throw. This is gonna sound really weird to chat, but it'd be kind of cool to see Sting wrestle Dolph Ziggler. Or I know he has a new name now, but whoever was the wrestler that name,
Nikki
Dolph Ziggler, man.
Oh,
Because you know, Dolph Ziggler was mad athletic, man.
He was. Bearded Sumo. I was thinking Great Buddha as well. Honestly, because Ric Flair's too old. But I was thinking, I was like, when did fucking Great Buddha retire? Because
it was not long ago too, right?
It was in 2023, and I had to Google. I literally Googled it because I was going to say Great Buddha before I said.
Bro, Bearded Sumo, I like your idea better than mine.
Great Buddha, because they have a history.
They
have a history. They have a big history together.
Yeah, I think Great Buddha would be awesome.
Great Buddha would have been like Kaiji. Kaiji Muda would have been perfect.
Joe Bits Toys, man, he might be on something. If he's saying evil, does he mean Danhausen?
No, I think he meant evil.
Okay.
Nick Nemeth is the newest Ziggler, by the way.
Gotcha.
Yeah, his real name, right?
Yeah. Ain't no shame in having a last match with MJF. Okay. I mean, dude, MJF definitely stays in character. I've seen him at conventions, and he is an asshole in front of you. It's awesome. Yeah, evil
man.
Evil. Yeah, didn't he go to? He's in what's it called now, right?
Evil's in WWF.
Yeah, I'm saying he's on damn, why can't I think of the brand? NXT. There you go. Yeah.
He's signed.
Yeah, freaking Io Sky's husband.
Yeah, I saw that they got married like last week or something, right? Like no one knew.
They were married for a while. They kept it hidden.
Oh, okay.
Flipping off 11-year-olds. I like the great. I think Bearded Sumo probably won this one because I really do like the
Great Buddha
one.
Yeah.
Great Buddha would have been perfect. I mean, again, but like I was gonna say Great Buddha. That was what I was leaning towards because Ric Flair's too old. Because I agree, like Ric Flair should be the one who retires thing, and Lex Luger would be a good close second. But again, they're not in that ability.
Yeah, I would even reverse it. I would think like if it wasn't Shawn that retired Ric Flair, technically it should have been Sting.
It should have been, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Great Muta and Sting would have been great to retire each other, though. I mean, they both.
Yeah, one last match.
And then a fucking TKO from both sides. Oh
yeah,
my god, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. I would love to watch that. No, it's the what ifs moments are crazy, and the fact that Shogun painted his face for this is amazing. Even more.
I got a bonus question for y'all though that I probably didn't think about. Here's a bonus question.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Sting match?
Favorite Sting match?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Since the guests get to go first, I like to get more time.
Oh man.
And you can in chat, you can chime in too. Just post your favorite Sting match in chat because even if I don't know it, I can look at it. Check it out.
I mean, with the hype, with the whole NWO storyline, even though it might not be his best match, Sting and Hogan was always it had that storyline behind it. But I'm trying to remember some of my favorite matches from Sting. Sting had a pretty good match with DDP that I remember. Yeah, but I don't know what my favorite one would be. Oh, Chuck, you do? Yeah, Sting versus Vader back in Starrcade was another good
Oh
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
I had to Google mine, so I googled
That was
it.
was that in Starrcade or was that at the Bash? Didn't they have another match at the Bash? I thought they did.
Sting and Vader have had many bouts.
They had many
together, bro.
matches,
Yeah.
Yeah, like even Saturday Night Live, they've or Saturday Morning Live, whatever you call it, but they've had fights there too. Sting and Rude had some bangers. That's true. I was
Yeah.
gonna say, like I found my match. Mine is Sting versus Ric Flair, Great American Bash 1990. Sting had the American flag face paint and the blue
Oh
tights.
yeah, I remember
That was such a good match, and that was probably one of my favorite matches of all time.
I'm gonna say something crazy. Since I mean,
Oh,
I try to give you more time. I think my favorite, just because I remember it well now,
Mm-hmm.
is probably Sting versus Kurt Angle at Bound for Glory.
I was
Oh,
getting ready to
shit,
say. I was getting ready to say the Sting versus Kurt Angle.
Oh, we had an agreement. Nice.
Yeah, I was.
I took your thunder. Yeah,
But
man,
I
that match
also
was
think
awesome.
Same
Some of
with
those-
Samoa Joe, yeah.
Some of those later matches with Flair was great.
And I remember that match too because Sting had like he started putting different colors with his design. So he had like
Yeah.
red and stuff. It was pretty cool, man. It was pretty dope.
Dude, Sting and Muda
Yeah.
matches have been always great, dude. I love those.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was just trying to give some TNA some love because I mean we went mostly with obviously WCW.
WCW. Yeah.
King TNA was fucking awesome too, man. It was
Okay. I did look mine up. Yeah, so that DDP Sting match, that was 99 Nitro when Sting won the belt. That was a good match.
Yeah, because I remember DDP was going for the diamond cutter. Sting held onto the ropes and then did
Yeah.
the flipping death drop. Yeah. I
Yes,
remember
yes. Yeah, that was a good match too.
Yeah, dude, Perk Angle.
Look,
was
Angle.
Dude, I could do a fucking full 3-hour show on Kurt Angle alone, dude. Kurt Angle's a beast.
Yeah.
I mean, we're definitely going to have a Kurt Angle show, dude. He deserves that for sure. Kurt Angle was a monster, and he was amazing in the ring. He was, honestly, like,
Sting
one of
had,
the greatest
yeah,
of all time.
Kurt Angle had
One of the
a.
best.
I think Kurt Angle had a better prime in TNA, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, he was just hitting those Perk Angle primes.
Dude was doing backflips and shit off the damn stage. I was like, what? the
Yeah, man, it was crazy.
My, when he saved Jimmy King.
fuck? True.
Ready to Rumble was good, too. Please do a show on Angle. We will. I mean, that's definitely. I mean, Angle is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. We have to do a show on Kurt Angle.
I love Kurt Angle. That has to happen. Yeah.
Yeah, sharpshooter
Versus
was
Judy
stroking that
Madwell.
block.
That was a dream. Okay, so that was a dream match of mine. Was
Yeah.
even back then was Bret Hart versus Sting, and we
Just-
got it, but it was like it was okay. It was a good
well,
match.
It was a letdown from what we all wanted.
Yeah, it was limited by the time they were given
Yeah.
and storylines.
Mhm.
I agree.
And
with that.
that's when Brett was getting hurt too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has everyone stated who would retire Sting?
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, Super Kid with Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett plays a great villain, a great heel. He
Oh,
does
yeah.
a good job doing that. Even when he faced Sting, he he actually showed up. I think when he had that weird, ridiculous haircut, he showed up with the face paint and the Sting tights and all that bullshit. And he had the many moments of Sting, and he would fight them all, and it was fun. I loved their feud together, but I don't think Jeff Jarrett would have pulled it off as one of the best retirees of Sting.
Yeah, 'cause if I think about it, they did have some good matches. I usually think about those three with Sting. It's just Kurt Angle, Jeff Jarrett, and AJ Styles. They had the best matches with Sting on TNA.
Jeff Jarrett. Well, you're mentioning TNA though. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
thinking Ric Flair, Great Muta. I mean, I'm trying to think who else had even Vader had really good fucking matches with Sting.
Vader's another interesting wrestler to talk about because Vader was a world champion in every promotion that he went to,
Except for WWE.
except for WWE.
Yeah. He wasn't a world champion there.
That dude was a megastar.
Thank you, Shawn Michaels, for that one.
Yeah.
This is why I don't like Shawn Michaels, by the way.
I
Listen,
love Wolfpack scene.
you have a dude who could do a backflip off the top rope, the size he is, and Shawn Michaels holds them down because of fucking politics. No, thank you. He was just like Hogan. No, thank you. I don't want it. But my Beetlejuice was the reason.
All those damn celebrity cameos in WCW.
Yeah, dude. Like WCW has some crazy stuff, man. Like Chucky and all that.
Yeah,
Chucky,
RoboCop.
David Arquette winning the WCW World Heavyweight title. Oh my god.
It's like, what's going on?
Man.
The worst of the worst, dude. Oh my god. It's like,
Who was
tell me,
Chucky was feuding with Steiner, right?
Rick Steiner.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, what the fuck?
Shawn Michaels.
Littlefinger.
of pro wrestling. Yeah, Jay Leno.
Yeah.
I mean, Jay Leno was there. Dennis Rodman was fun too.
Oh, and Karl Malone.
Carl
Karl
Malone.
Malone, yeah, that was fun too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. I'm meeting Dennis Rodman in July. He's going to be doing signings in Chicago, and I'm going to this convention there.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, "Oh, dude, I'm so getting something NWO related signed." Like,
I was
100%.
really hyped that you showed him that too.
I used to see him once in a while when I used to work in Costa Mesa like 20 years ago because he lived like around that area, and he used to always be at this cigar shop by where I worked at, just fucking smoking cigars all day.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Oh, and he did get into an argument with his, I think it was his girlfriend at the time, but they were arguing at the South Coast Plaza Mall.
Dude,
Okay.
that dude has had so many girlfriends. That dude has had a very interesting life.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, I had that Wolfpack toy. That was one of my favorites.
Dude, they did a WCW like the best of Sting like 4 or 5 pack, something like that. I had that box set for a while. I was like, this is amazing, and then my ex-wife made me sell it.
Damn.
Oh,
You know, one of those things.
Hence
in that
why
pack-
she's an ex-wife now. Though.
one of those things in that pack was one of my favorite toys. It was like the one that was like this, like with the coat and everything.
Yeah, they had awesome. I mean, so AEW came out with like a evolution of Sting 3-pack. Jazzwares did, and it's like the Surfer Sting. Then you got like a Crow Sting, and then you have like the modern Sting.
We need more Sting toys though, man, because Sting, with all the updates they've had nowadays, we need Sting to come back out. 4 figures. I would get them for sure.
Never forgets RoboCop saving
Yep.
Sting. Yeah, I agree.
And I also want another Ultimate Rick Rude.
Yeah.
They already have an Ultimate Rick.
I want more.
Do you have it though? You don't collect wrestling figures.
Not yet.
You did buy one.
I did.
No. I was very excited for you. Even more excited the fact that you're gonna buy all mine now that I have extras of.
The British
Bulldog, baby.
oh, what?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. We should do it.
Buy
We
for
should
$5.
do it episode. That thank you clearance Target.
Yeah.
So Russell's made my jam in 1998.
I mean, I technically got wrestling figures. I got RoboCop. I got a Chucky figure somewhere.
WCW Ultimate would be dope. I agree with that one.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I'm gonna get that Cactus Jack Ultimate that's coming out, or if it already came out. I don't know.
It's out now.
It's
right
already
now.
out.
Yeah, it's out now.
That shit looks awesome.
People are finding it in stores. I haven't seen it in my stores yet, but they are finding. I'll probably pick that up too. Honestly speaking, I like that one. It looked dope. All right, it is time for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed the what if thing because that was something new that we tried.
Was it the first one?
This was the first what if.
Oh,
we've done.
nice.
We've
Yeah,
been
this is
doing
super
tournaments for a while, like
Yeah.
wrestler interviews or tournaments, and we wanted to bring in what if too. And again, I don't want tournament style every show. And
Yeah,
Shogun and I talked about it, and we're like, it kind of gets stale over time, but we'll bring it back in the future because we could do tournament style for so many things. But this was fun with What If, and also just having normal discussions about wrestling history. I think would be fun too.
Yeah, yeah.
This is a Sting episode. We went with Sting this time. I think Kurt Angle would be a fun What If too. To be honest with you.
Yeah, we're gonna have to discuss what the next show is gonna be about because we have no idea.
We really don't have any idea. The planning starts after this show, so because it resets the whole week. Thank you all in the chat. You guys are amazing. Good stream. Gonna catch the AEW. Dude, let us know in the spoilers because I would love to know because I don't watch AEW. I wish Kenny Omega was younger. Bam Bam got pushed a little more. Same with Mr. Perfect. Yeah.
Mr. Perfect's a beast, man.
Any shout outs you guys want to do? Endless Fables? You can just start.
Just shout out to everybody.
Hell yeah, bro.
Hey, Fables, you gotta get back on, bro.
On here, but I'll start saying offensive things about Macho Man.
So now I know how to get you on here. I'll just make a Macho Man, offensive word, and then you'll show up. That's
Macho Man's probably gonna have its own episode.
I think. I was gonna say, what if for Macho Man needs to happen too, though. He deserves one, and
yeah.
Again, it's still one of the greatest of all time.
Chris Jericho needs one too. So.
I agree with that.
That one's easy because he was one of my favorite wrestlers. I can get that one too.
I agree with that.
Him and Eddie Guerrero was probably my two favorites.
Eddie, dude, all time. Eddie's my favorite of all time. So, I agree.
Yeah, but Endless, when we have another open mic like this, man, you need to come on. I like your wrestling opinions.
Yeah.
I'll be more prepared next time.
He just got so huffing and puffing about Macho Man.
Macho Man.
I knew something was going to happen when you said that.
I was fired up about last week too. So,
what happened? What were you fired about last week?
I can't remember, but that's the thing about wrestling. You can't remember why you're fired up, but you were fired up about something. So.
You know what it is? The fact that the Road Warriors won.
No, I assumed that they would win because of everybody on the panel was.
I was going for Los Guerreros.
I was going for the damn Team 3D.
Yeah, actually, realistically, I was going for Team 3 or the Dudley Boys is really what I was shooting for. Dudley Boys are the best tag team of all time, in my opinion. Yeah. There will never be another team that's good as them.
That's why it's so fun to do these things because then you just like chat. You give chat the input. You're just like, man, what the hell?
and a lot of it depends on the time frame that they wrestle too. Is the thing about that. Because you could do 80s tag teams. Road Warriors would probably win that. Then you could do tag teams of the 90s. Dudleys would probably be right there. So,
yeah. Candyman 5000 saying out of topic. Is anyone any of you keeping up with AAA? I don't watch current wrestling that much, honestly. Like I'll use social media to
highlights.
keep track of what's highlights to keep track of what's happening. I definitely tune in with the highlights though. For sure.
Yeah, especially like the weekly shows. Sometimes it's a lot to watch now, but like I'll usually catch like the PLEs or whatever, and then everything else I'll just watch the highlights.
Okay. Joe Bits Toy said he picked up the latest Monday Night Wars Elite Walmart exclusives. That's what's up. I mean, I picked up... Dude, I saw... Was it Steve Blackman? I didn't like the figure when I saw Steve Blackman. It didn't look good to me. Even Piper I already have. And like I'm trying to slow down on figures I already own. Unless I really, 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 really like the figure. So... But I haven't picked up I'm trying to remember the last wrestling figure. I picked up the Ultimate DDP, which I really liked, and I'm still debating about the Kurt Angle. The Ultimate Kurt Angle.
You picked up was the Team 3D, wasn't it?
Yeah, the last ones I did it was the Dudley Boys from Ultimates. It was the Dudley Boys ECW ones.
Dudley Boys, yeah.
Yeah. I did pick those up because I wanted all the belts. That was the main reason why I wanted the ECW tag belts and the WWE tag belts. But plus, they're at least the ultimate versions of WWE, so that worked out well. Sneaky, any shoutouts?
Thanks for having me on, guys. Always a pleasure to hang out with the Figure Fight Club crew, talk wrestling. Um, guys can find me on basically Kaiju Daddy's channel. I think we're gonna have a show tomorrow. Don't tell my wife. Um, the Mass Hole show with KJ on Wednesday mornings, as well as TGIF on Fridays again with Kaiju Daddy. Yep.
All right. Damn, I didn't know there was the new wave was out. I might have to go to my Walmart tomorrow.
Oh.
Shogun, go ahead.
I want to thank Endless Fables and Sneaky for hopping off because me and Abby were like, me and you are going to be the only ones on here talking about this.
I really thought. But again, the wrestling is very new to this channel, right? This is this is episode 5, and like it's still like very new. But again, we appreciate anyone who jumps on and then shows up in the chat. Always.
Yeah, like this is like whenever we have an open mic, there is no, even if you don't think you have nothing to add, just like we might talk about something that will light up a fire, and you're like, like Endless Fables. We talk shit about Macho Man. Here he comes. You're like,
wait a minute.
So everybody is welcome, no matter what type of opinion, whether it's you think it's bad or good, just share it. You might have people that agree with you, some might don't. It makes it entertaining. This was the first episode, so I was like, I had to come in strong. I was like, let me put on some face paint.
The first what if. The first what if.
Yeah, the first one.
Dude, when I saw him, because again, like I controlled the backstage, right? And he shows up, and I'm just looking at him like, what the fuck? And I'm like laughing. I put him up, and I was like, oh my god, dude, this is amazing.
So I'm not gonna lie. After last night on the Men on Films, when you pulled out that makeup, I was like, I'm clearing my whole day to be on here today. I gotta see this like live action.
and shout out to Miss Shogun. She did this for me. I did the most of it, but she did the finer details.
She did a good job, dude. Mucho kudos to her.
Hell yeah.
Next episode, Goldust. Dude, Goldust is one of my fucking favorite wrestlers of all time.
You're gonna come out with a wig too, Shogun?
Oh my god. Oh, dude, we should do a Goldust. You can be like Goldust.
Yeah.
I have a wig. I'll send you the wig.
Yeah, the Goldust.
Or you're gonna come in was the artist formerly known as Goldust, but like
no, don't do that. I hated that way.
You're gonna have the ball gag.
You're gonna have the ball gag though. You have to do the ball gag.
But I really appreciate everyone hopping on. Just tune in. We're gonna have another wrestling show. I don't know what the topic's gonna be, whether it's gonna be a bracket or another what if, or something entirely new. Well, we'll keep you guys posted. I'm sure Avi will. And just thanks for joining us. It was fun. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah. Again, for me, this is like the full circle complete. Figure Fight Club started because of wrestling, and it turned into like more toys and oriented. But we brought the wrestling back, and I love that. And it's gonna be a part of this always. And I want to highlight this too. It's a great show, guys. I haven't seen anyone else do something like this. I love wrestling, so this is very cool. Candyman, thank you very much. We appreciate you for that. And the fact that, again, we have Shogun here, who's one of the co-hosts, who likes to push out that wrestling, and Sneaky, Endless Fables, we appreciate you for jumping on. Appreciate you in the chat for, going through this with us. This is fun. We enjoy this. This is a very new thing we're introducing to a toy channel, right? Wrestling talk. I'm loving it though. Again, we're gonna have wrestlers on. I've been talking to some wrestlers, and hopefully we'll get them on, set the dates, and get them on as interview styles as well. But we want to do fun things. We got tournaments. We got what ifs now. We got interviews, and we'll see what else we can bring up.
We're trying to get some baddie wrestlers, chat. We're trying to get some female baddies on here. There's
been a few we've been talking to. So
all right, you get Stephanie Vaquero on here. I'm forcing my way into the stage.
Listen, anyone who's contracted with AEW, WWE, we won't get.
Oh, okay.
Very
currently contracted, we will not get because they won't allow it, right?
Yeah.
Unless we had like a proven.
You're a partner or something with them.
Yeah, we wouldn't get it. So, but that doesn't mean we can't have the older folks. That doesn't mean we can't have the future folks. Because again, like back in the day when I was a younger Abby, I interviewed wrestlers. AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Shelly Martinez, who turned into Ariel in ECW, WWE, Mickey James. You know, again, you never know what happens, so it's
Hell
always
yeah.
exciting to
Hell
see
yeah.
it. And thank you all for being a part of it. Have a good night, and we'll see you on the next show.
It's showtime.
It's showtime.
As we wrap up tonight's fun, the figures in talk, so we've just begun. Join us next time for thrills anew. In the world of Figure Fight Club, it's all for you. Make sure to subscribe and smash that like button. See you next week on Figure Fight Club, stay strutting. This isn't goodbye, it's just a see you later. In the meantime, go check out another creator. So keep your figures on display until we gather here someday. Remember the tales and the laughs we shared. Here at Figure Fight Club, you're treasured and cared.